Alhamdulillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Innal hamdalillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarika lahu wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Usikum wa iyaya awlan bitaqullah faqad fazal muttaqun. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. All praises due to Allah Rabbul Alameen for His guidance, for His mercy, for His forgiveness. And may the blessing and the mercy of Allah be upon all of us as seeker of knowledge and those who always try their best to spend their time to get closer to Allah Rabbul Alameen by doing what please Allah and stop from doing things that displease Allah. Brothers and sisters, the beauty of our religion, Islam, is not just talking about praying, fasting, ritual, but is a complete way of life, guiding us from the day you were born until you die. How to eat, what to eat, how to drink, what to drink, how to talk, what not to say, what to say, how to dress yourself, how to communicate with people, how to control your anger. That is one of the beautiful things in Islam, that if you have the true believing in Allah the way Allah wants you to believe, you are able to control yourself better. Because the Prophet ﷺ once was asked by the companion, that's how the companion seek knowledge. They don't have to wait and let the Prophet explain everything. There are times the Prophet will start to remind them. There are times they ask the Prophet. It's like one day a companion came to the Prophet and then he said, Ayyu a'malu ahabba ilallah? Which deed that Allah love most? But the Prophet, a man of wisdom, when the person asked him something, he looked into that person. Of course, those are the companions whom he knew. But even then, before he wanted to respond, he looked at that person to understand that person's lifestyle. Because they were together. Always the companion would be together with the Prophet. They pray together. They do all the good things together. So the Prophet normally know some of their characteristics. So when the person asks, Ayy a'malu ahabba ilallah, which deed that Allah love most, because he want to do. Then he looked at the person, then he said, As-salatu ala waqtiha. Then that person immediately will respond to the Prophet and he will take action on what the Prophet said. Another person may come another time, ask the same question. Ibn Mas'ud came and asked, Ayyu a'malu ahabba ilallah? Which deed that Allah love most? Because they want to do to please Allah. Then he will look at that person, he will say, Bil walidain. Another person later on from another occasion will come and ask the same question. Then the Prophet look at the person, Jihad fi sabilillah. So when you combine the hadith, there are three things that the Prophet said Allah loves most. The first one, he said, pray on time. When the time comes in, you don't delay unnecessary. Because you have many things that will come in between and you may forget. And by delaying your prayer without a valid reason is a sign of a hypocrite. Yeah? The other party, why the Prophet respond differently? Because the Prophet know the characteristic of the person. This, the first one, jihad, he was very good. Honoring parent, no issue. Very kind, loving. But he have a problem in prayer. He like to delay. So that's why he will reinforce this so that person will improve the quality of time. When come to prayer, you be hastened. Don't delay anymore. The second person, the prayer on time, always ready. But he have problem with parent. He is not so kind to the parent. Normally, you'll care for them, but you are not that responsive. So the Prophet said, Bil walidain. So he will focus into that to improve his relationship with the parent. The third group, parent, no problem. Pray, no problem. But when you call jihad, he give excuse. Inshallah, but not now. No, I have a lot of things to attend to. He have a lot of excuses. So the Prophet said, jihad fi sabilillah. So everybody benefit from the answer of the Prophet. Everybody start to focus on their weak point more and they become better. That's how the Prophet ﷺ taught his companion. He didn't use a blanket answer to everybody. No. He looked at the person, then say, he need this booster. He give that booster. He need this kind of motivation. He give that motivation. So one day the Prophet was asked by companion, tell me something. Then I don't have to ask anybody else. I will be very happy. Example. The Prophet looked at this person and said, La taqdab. Anymore? La taqdab. Anymore? La taqdab. Same 3 times he repeat. Meaning, don't get angry. And he thought that, just that. Don't get angry. Alhamdulillah, then that person focus on that particular character. Because he easily can get angry. Anything that displeases him, he get upset and get angry. Now, let us go back to what we left from last Wednesday. We just go back a bit here. Prophet Joseph said to his brother, no reproach on you this day, may Allah forgive you, and he is the most merciful of those who show mercy. Surah 12, verse 92. Meaning, you know what happened to Prophet Joseph, how he was treated by his sibling, not by outsider. By sibling, the jealousy in them make them do not want to see him anymore. If possible, they want to kill him. But Allah protect Joseph that they cannot execute that plan because there is another brother called Benjamin keep on talking to the other brother. If we don't like him, we don't have to do this to kill him. We have asked our father permission to bring him with us. Our father was not happy. But since we have been asking, do you don't trust us, Papa? We just want to bring our brother to go and play around, to have fun. We'll take care of him. But the father have some instinct that they are going to cause harm to this son. Because he dreamed one day that 11 stars make prostration to him. So he have no idea what is this dream about. Ask the father. The father said, don't ever share this dream with any of your siblings. What do you mean by 11 stars prostrate to you? Because he got 11 brothers, plus him 12. And that happened after he grew up and he became the minister of Egypt. So long. Yeah? Now, then there is a famine, drought in the Middle East. For 7 years, no rain. Can you imagine 7 years, no rain? All the animals also migrate because water gives life. Whatever happened, Allah's plan. So later on, people who are moving from place to place looking for water, they realize in Egypt, they have everything. They have food ready, they have water, they have everything. So they start to move to this direction. That is how the Bani Israel tribe exists in Egypt. Egypt is not an Arab country, it's part of Africa. But for survival, people will move here and there. And then later on, they don't even realize that Yusuf is there because they thought Yusuf died already. No communication until he grew up, from a boy until he grew up. But Yusuf, no. Yeah. But when they came to know, they were so afraid Yusuf will punish them. So Yusuf said, may Allah forgive you. And He is the most merciful of those who show mercy. Because Allah loves us to show mercy, so that the mercy of Allah will descend on us more. Irhamun man fil ard, yarhamkum man fis sama. The Prophet said, show mercy to everything on earth, even to animal, to anything, and then the one in the heaven will shower his mercy. The same go when the Prophet ﷺ returned back to Makkah in Fathul Makkah. He was chased away. People want to kill him. A lot of believers who was in Makkah migrate to Abyssinia, and the Prophet migrate to Medina. Because they are putting pressure, they are torturing the Muslim. So the time for them to migrate, Allah command the Prophet to migrate. They took all their property, whoever left, and whatever they have, everything is taken away by the Mushrikeen Makkah. Until Allah planned for the victory of the Ummah, the Prophet enter Makkah with the companions. Now they are prepared for war to free the people who's been oppressed by the Mushrikeen. So when they have no strength to protect themselves anymore, the Muslim force is so strong at that time with the help of Allah. So when he entered, إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحُ, Allah revealed this ayah, the surah Al-Fath, the opening, the reopening of Makkah. They were worried that the Prophet would take revenge, that how they have tortured the believer. They thought that the Prophet would start to punish them, torture them. So the Prophet said to them, what do you think will happen now? Immediately they tried to Please, the Prophet, you are from the noble family. You are a good man. We only expect something good. So the Prophet, Antum tulaqa. I give you the freedom. I'm not back to take any revenge. And because of his mercy towards all this bad guy, Allah said, you see, people enter Islam by groups. إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحُ رَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ. Enter the deen afwaja group. Many people make shahada. Allahu Akbar. And also, when this thing happened, brothers and sisters, the Prophet continued by reminding his ummah, the strong one is not he who is strong in combat. It's not because you are a wrestler, a fighter, a warrior, that means you are a very strong person. But the Prophet emphasized, of course, Allah loves people who are strong physically, mentally, so that you can protect the weak one, help those who have been oppressed. But what the Prophet is trying to tell his ummah, the strong one is who control himself when he or she is angry. Have we experienced anger before, brothers and sisters? Have we experienced anger many times? When you are not married, do you experience anger sometimes? Also, after marriage, do you get angry still? When no children, do you get angry? Sometimes. When you have children, do you get angry again? Oh. Anger come and go. You know. When you have no money, you got angry. No work, you get angry, upset. After getting work, also upset again. You know. When you want to help a brother, you love to help them. They ask for help. Can you borrow me something? You borrow them, they didn't pay you back. How do you feel? Again, you help the person, that person make you angry. You know? You don't help that person, you make that person angry. So anger will come, from many, many directions. So the Prophet said, the one who can control his anger or her anger, he is a strong person. There are two ways to control. One, you really control without showing your body language. Relax. One, you control your tongue, but the body language is very strong. You show dislike, it's okay. Still you are under control. But when you let it out, that means you lost control. Okay? So we hope all of us will train ourselves, remind ourselves how to minimize our speech when you are angry. Astaghfirullah. When you're angry, don't la ilaha illallah. That motivate you, give you more spirit. You know, when you are weak, alone, afraid, la ilaha illallah. Go, la ilaha illallah. That will motivate, give you that spirit. People dare to die in la ilaha illallah. That gives you the booster. But when you are angry, you don't use la ilaha illallah. We are worried you get more motivated, then it explodes faster. When you are angry, astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Ask Allah for forgiveness. You see, that's why people who are angry, don't let them say anything. Whatever come out from their mouth, most of the time is negative. Most of the time is not the truth. Frustration, and so on. But there are people who keep on entertaining their anger. You don't gain anything. Istighfar, and the Prophet said, when you're angry, you cannot control, sit down. While standing, sit. When you sit down, the anger is still there. The fire is still, then lie down. You still have that problem. Go and take wudu. Use water. Come down. After that, you still have the anger. While taking wudu, still get angry. Sometimes you have the experience. Because you want to pray with the person who caused you to get angry. You see? Then pray. So when you pray, you should know how to control. Because when you are praying, you cannot think of other things except Allah. Because Allah said, Aqimus salat li zikri. Establish your prayer to remember me, not to remember anyone else. But a lot of people, when you're angry, you pray also, you remember the person you get upset. You cannot. You have to cut them out for a while. Yeah? That's how the Prophet taught us. So a poet said, this is how we continue. If you are in the company of a loving people, treat them with the softness of a loving relative. First, it's not a relative, it's your friend, environment. But you should treat them like a family now. Don't treat them as a stranger. Even they are a stranger to you, but you should have this kind of love, softness, like how you treat your relative. And don't take people to account for all of their mistakes, so as not to stay companionless throughout your life. Don't only focus in what is negative. Everybody have their negative, have their positive. Everybody have their weaknesses, have their strength. Nobody is perfect. You just maximize the goodness of everyone. If you want to make friends wherever you go, you look at the goodness of the person. Don't just look at the bad side of the person. Then, of course, you should be aware. You should be alert. If you know they are having this problem, example, you have so many friends who are kind, always there to help each other. But sometimes you have people who take you for a ride. You know? Asking you for, can you loan me this, loan me that, or can you borrow your car? You know, I need a car. You are very kind, no problem. I'm not using it since you want to use. First thing I want to know, you have a license or not. Do you have the right to ask? You have the right. You don't pass your car to a person who has no license. If anything happens, your car also is going to be having a lot of problems. Who is the owner of the car? How can you allow a person who don't have license to drive? You are so in the wrong. You have the right. Oh, no, it's okay. I know how to drive. I know. Anybody can drive. Young people also can drive now. But you must have a license, because when you hit somebody, even you are right, but you don't have a license, you will be wrong. Oh, you are not my good friend, like you don't trust me. No, trust must be guided. He asked loan. Can you lend him some money? Normally when people, your friend, ask you to help, can you lend me 1,000 ringgit? Do you think you can help them? If you know them, why not? But then again, the rule is that you must have witnesses, or call him to write down. Write a letter, I so and so take a loan or borrowed money from so and so, amount so and so, date so and so, and I am ready to pay back in 2 months' time. Write it down, black and white. If you got witnesses, alhamdulillah. If not, at least some document. Of course, you don't have to spend extra money, go to the law office and go and stamp. No, 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 no. If you have your own stamp, you stamp yourself. Give him a copy and you keep the copy. Yeah. He said 3 months. Now 6 months already. You don't even want to follow up. See him, waiting for him to respond. Now, more than 3 months, 6 months passed. He say nothing. Normally you have the right, you remember you promised me 3 months. If you say you can't, you should humble enough to come back to me. No, I'm sorry, I promised 3 months, but can you give me extra time? Or can I pay you? Yeah, bit by bit. No problem. You make an effort. Have you experienced sometimes they just pretend that they don't owe you? Have you experienced this kind of people? I personally experienced many times. Not only 1 month, 3 months, years, they pretend that nothing happened. But if you know this thing is happening, if he will come back to you and ask another loan, do you think you should give him? Or can you have, do you remember what happened many months ago? You have to remind him. Because if you don't do that, you are not helping him. You are spoiling him. You have to be firm. Yeah? You show mercy because from 3 months, you gave him 6 months already. And after 6 months, he still pretend that he don't borrow any money from you. Now 1 year already. I have people 5 years already. But we meet sometimes. But he don't even have the courtesy to say, please, So this kind of people, if you encounter, you cannot let him carry on. He got a good side. We acknowledge their good behavior, very active, very helpful in many things, but come to money, they're very, very weak. So you can still make friends, but don't involve money anymore. Don't do that because you are not helping him. And if you come to know that he is going to borrow with somebody, your friend, you must alert them. You are not backbiting. It is your duty to make sure you protect another person. But how do you do that? How do you do that, brother and sister? You can whisper to the person. If you know that he's going to another brother, then you can whisper to the brother. Brother, this friend, he's a good brother. Yeah. In doing activities, he's very active. But I just want to alert you one thing. When it comes to money, he's very, very weak. Because he has been borrowing here and there without paying. So I just want to alert you so you don't become the next victim. And he don't even have the courtesy, humbleness to come and approach. Can you delay a bit? Oh, I pay you. If I borrow 1,000, I promised in 3 months. I can't now. Can I pay you monthly 50 ringgit? At least make an effort. 0 effort. So when you know that he's going to another party, that you know, you must whisper, brother, sister, this person, you can trust him with other things. He has some good thing with him, but money, don't. When it comes to money, don't. If you still want to help him, give sadaqah, so you don't get headache. Net sadaqah. Don't borrowing, lending, no. Because he's a person who do not honor. Even letter been written, he did not honor. And it's important, We know that we need friend. Maybe he's good in other area, but he's not good when it comes to dollar and cent. Some also have said that in the gospel, in Injil, it is written, forgive 7 times the one who wrong you once. That means you are ready to keep on forgiving. Don't hold the person and try to punish him. If you can forgive, you forgive again. This means that when someone wrong you 1 time, repeat your forgiveness of him 7 times in order to keep your religion safe and your heart clean. You can still move on as a friend, no problem. But just you must be alert about that now. If a person would like to gossip about somebody to you, be alert that he may gossip about you to someone else. Just be more alert. Be more careful. Don't share a lot of your very private matter to just anybody. That's why husband and wife relationship are very, very close. You are garment to each other to cover each other's default. But if you need guidance, you can seek guidance and then move on. And you have to always be ready to help each other in doing what is right and forbid what is wrong. Amal ma'ruf, nahi munkar. This means that when someone wrong you 1 time, repeat your forgiveness of him 7 times in order to keep your religion safe and your heart clean. Desiring revenge will only subtract from your nerves, sleep, stability, and peace while taking nothing away from others. If you keep on get angry about that person can sleep very well, no? He take your 1,000, 3,000, he can still sleep. No? Relax. Now you keep on getting angry about him, you cannot sleep well. Because when you sleep, you think of him. You better think of Allah. You get reward. You think of him, you get upset, angry. Anybody who make you angry, should you keep on thinking of him? If you keep on thinking of it, can you have peace? What do you think? Cannot have peace. You must learn how to cut off. Life, move on. Lesson learned. Be alert. Okay, no problem. That's how we move on, brothers and sisters. Then you'll find some peace. But whoever forgives and make a reconciliation, his reward is due from Allah. Chapter 42, verse 40, Allah reminds us. The author of the book is collecting a lot of information from different group of people just to share some word of advice. This is not from the Quran, word of wisdom. Now he said, the Indians say in one of their proverbs, the one who overcomes his own self is more brave than the one who conquers a city. If you know how to control yourself, that means you are a very strong person. You have control to yourself. That's how you, before you think of conquering any country, you conquer yourself. Control your own anger. Because Allah in chapter 12, verse 53 reminds, verily the human self is inclined to evil. Nafsul ammara bisu. The first desire we all encounter is a destructive desire. Ammara, nafsul ammara bisu, where he will always end doing evil. Bad thing become normal. Lying become normal. Everything haram normal now, been normalized. Yeah. That is part of human. Nobody is perfect. So you cannot expect perfection from anywhere except Allah Rabbul Alameen. And the best example for us to follow a human is Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He have gone through a lot of pain and suffering. We have never experienced that yet. By calling his own people who love him, respect him, because of his invitation to Allah, they hate him, curse him, throw stone at him. When he was praying, they put some filthy thing on the top. And who is the one who dared to throw it is Fatima. That's why Fatima is very, very close to the Prophet. And the Prophet did talk about Fatima, that they are the women of paradise. Fatima, Aisha, Khadija, all the Mu'minin, and Asiya, the wife of Pharaoh, they are considered the people of paradise. Yeah. So it's very important for us to move forward from Ammaro bisu to Nafsul Lawwama and end it Nafsul Mutma'inna. And for Nafsul Mutma'inna, Allah is talking to us. Ya ayyatuhan nafsul mutma'inna. Irji'i ila rabbiki radiyatan mardiyah. Fadkhuli fi ibadi wadkhuli jannah. Oh, the people who have attained nafsul mutma'inna. The best desire. The desire that pleases Allah. Whatever Allah wants you to do, your desire respond very fast. Whatever Allah said, no, you control. If the desire is there, it's like eating, drinking. You have the desire to food, drink, but eat what is halal, drink what is halal. It's easy. Food is easy. Correct? Now money. The haram way, very fast. More profit. What do you think? Gossiping, backbiting, slandering. Is that halal? Haram. It's easy for you to control. Very difficult. You can control from eating haram food. But the control from saying something haram is very, very difficult. But you have to control yourself. It's your tongue. It's inside you. So you must always remember the first thing you have to look into yourself is, have you attained nafsul mutma'inna? When you attain that peace, Allah called, Ya ayyatu nafsul mutma'inna, irji'i ila rabbiki radiyatan mardiyah. Come back to me now. Because I'm very pleased with you. Because you know how to please Allah, control your desire, and to do what Allah wants. Now Allah is so pleased with you, and He called you back. Why He called us back? Ila rabbika radiyatan mardiyah fadkhuli fi ibadi wadkhuli jannah. I want you to be among the righteous people. The people who remember me in worship, so that all of you will go to Jannah together. See, Allah is so happy when you attain this third level of desire. Can you get angry with anybody, brother and sister? Yes. Remember the saying of the Prophet? You follow me to recite this hadith. It's very important. Man ahabba lillah wa abghada lillah wa a'ta lillah wa mana'a lillah faqad istakmala al-iman. It's a long one, huh? Never mind. You continue again with me. Man ahabba lillah wa abghada lillah wa a'ta lillah wa mana'a lillah faqad istakmala al-iman. Never mind. Don't worry about that. Memorize it. It's good. I will repeat now. You can write. Yeah. So that it helps you. Man ahabba lillah. Remember, man ahabba lillah. Wa abghada lillah. Wa a'ta lillah. Wa mana'a lillah. Yeah. Remember the third one. Wa a'ta lillah. Wa mana'a lillah. Then the Prophet end by saying, Faqadis takmalal. Faqadis takmalal iman. Meaning, in Sahih Muslim, whoever love for the sake of Allah, meaning love what Allah love you to do, to say, yeah, to eat, to drink. Wa abghadari, you hate, get angry for the sake of Allah. If somebody do thing haram and you don't get angry, that means you are sending a wrong signal. That means you okay. You cannot show that it's okay. Something wrong, I show my dislike. I'm angry when you do something that is wrong. But guided, the anger is guided. Yeah? For the sake of Allah. Get angry for the sake of Allah. Give wa a'ta lillah. Give for the sake of Allah. Hold back. Don't give for the sake of Allah. This one, children have a lot of problem. Do you give children all the handphone, the smartphone? Why you give it to them? Cool, you know. Keep them calm. You should know when to give, when not to give. Now they don't talk to you anymore. What you say also, they don't hear you anymore. They are hope addicted to all the games in the gadget. Astaghfirullah. There are times you don't have to give. Hold on. For the sake of Allah. But this world that we are facing, because you have started to give, is very difficult for you to take it from them. They will show you who they are. From a young, they show their temper already. They show their anger already. Do you think we can do this when we were young before? To our parents? No way. You dare not even show your anger. Khalas. Papa said, no. Mama said, no, no, finish. Today you say no. They are only 4 years old, 5 years. Wow. The way they respond to you. Oh, got anger, temper. So young, got temper. But that is the world that we are facing today, brothers and sisters. So it's very important for us to try our best to move from the soul that is inclined to evil to nafsul lawama, the second stage, the best one, nafsul mutma'inna. You find peace. And why we are here every Wednesday is to try, to attain that nafsul mutma'inna. Problem is that you cannot escape. Test, tribulation, fitna is always there. As long as we live, the shaitan declared that he will try his best to mislead us. He make that declaration. And he don't have to appear to us. He send his proxy. He sends smartphone saja. And you have to spend not cheap. Yeah, maybe second-hand one, few 100,000, and see what you gain in return. Giving this to your children in a very young age, you spoil them. So take care of your outside as well as of your inside. When the Prophet was commanded by Allah, وَثِيَابَكَ فَطَهِّرْ, purify your garment. Keep yourself clean physically. Also purify your inner self. Yeah. A person who has a pure soul care about wearing clean clothes. Some wise people have even said, when one's garment becomes soiled, his soul will follow suit. When you don't care about your appearance, that means inside you also having some problem. I don't think we like to wear anything unclean on our body, correct? We want to wear something clean, something good. When that happens, that shows that your inner side is also good. When you don't care how you look outside, then you don't care to what is inside. There are some people give you some opposite answer. What is important inside, outside not important. You don't have to wear all the attractive, expensive garment, but your inside is rotten. So they say, I focus inside, that's why I don't cover myself, because outside have no value. Now they can't give you another, their own understanding. And based on the hadith, they say, the Prophet said, Inna Allah la yanzuru ila siwarikum wa ila amwalikum. Walakin yanzuru ila kulubikum wa ila a'malikum. Allah will not look into how you look like, your wealth, your dress, everything. Allah will not look into that. He look into what is in your heart and what you do with yourself, the deed that you engage in. The hadith is correct, authentic hadith. Allah value us based on your intention. Innamal a'malu binniyat. Intentions is inside. People have to value you based on how you look and how you act. You cannot walk half naked and say, I'm very good inside. No. No. I love my parents. But then when I go outside, I'm so open. Transparent. They say I'm a transparent person. And so everything must be guided. There are minimum requirements for everyone. how to dress, how to look good, behave good, minimum. The maximum is always there. There is a minimum requirement. Everyone who says he's a good must fulfill the minimum requirement. When you want to speak, choose your word. If you like to use all the four-letter word, cursing word, and you say, my heart is clean, don't worry. I have nothing hidden here. Yeah, you cannot stand my word, close your ear. No, you cannot do that. If you say your heart is clean, then whatever you want to say is a good word. Whatever you see become positive. Whatever you hear become positive. Everything got filtered already. Like how you filter your water when you want to drink. So when the heart is clean, you can see it. That's why the Prophet said, Allah fi jasada ibnu Adam mudgha. Iza salaha salaha jasada kullu wa iza fasada fasada jasada kullu. Indeed, in the body of every one of us, there is a flesh. If this flesh is good, everything becomes good outside. All the other organs become positive. Your eye, your hearing, your words, your body, and your hand, your leg will move towards what is good. But when this is corrupted, everything be corrupted. It's true. When the heart is corrupted, now you just think of things that you don't care about right and wrong. I want money. And that's why the police also is reinforcing all the head of police who are aware of what happened. How can you all be corrupted and don't control the border? A lot of illegal people coming in because of all of you. You just think of money and you destroy yourself, destroy the country, destroy the safety of your children. You don't know what kind of people is coming in. Just example. Why is this? Because the heart is rotten. Selfish, just think of yourself. And then you start to lie. Because you thought that lie, you can escape. It's just a word. Now your eye don't look at illegal people anymore. You look at the money, what they can give. That's why they say pelincin. Yeah. And now your ear also, you just want to hear where I can get some money. Where can I get extra money? You have a job to do what you have to do. The rizki of Allah will come. If you are kind, you are trustworthy, do your work correctly, and you are very soft-spoken. You talk to people nicely, you are not rude, people will be happy. They are wrong, you remind them, this is wrong. Yeah? Please don't do this. You are not allowed to do it. And you guide them, show them the way. People will be very happy with you. At least when people are happy with your kindness and mercy, what will they do normally? If people are good to us, what do we do, brothers and sisters? Yeah? Strangers who are good to us, what do we do normally? Minimum we should do, pray. If you're Muslim, may Allah reward you. You have not yet, may Allah guide you. And may Allah protect everybody. You pray for each other. And if you know their contact number, you know where they stay, do you think that one day you would like to send some gift to them? You love them. They didn't ask anything. They just show you the way. If you don't know, they guide you. You're so happy, you will love them. You remember. Good people, always people remember. They remember well. And each time they think of you, make them very happy. Each time that they see you, you make them very happy. And you are so happy because you don't do it for the sake of anyone except lillah, 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 for the sake of Allah. You find a lot of peace, brother and sister. Yeah. So always be careful of what is happening around us, brothers and sisters, and check how you feel. Make sure it is guided by the Islamic value, not your own value. Islamic value is pure. It's something that will make Allah very happy. Then the blessing of Allah will come into your heart. You are happy. You have done your best. And inshallah, you can overcome your sadness. This book is about don't be sad. But you will encounter a lot of challenges. If you do not follow the guidance of Islam, you follow your emotion, your feeling, your anger, it's not going to help you. So may Allah Almighty shower His mercy upon those who have mercy, guide those who seek His guidance, and keep on the good thing that we are doing and try to develop all the good feeling into us so that we always think positively. And you have any issue, please find guidance from Allah. You don't know, good, go to the scholar. The scholar will share with you. Just be a good listener. And you'll find the way towards your destination of peace. Problem may come here and there. You can handle, take it. You can handle, just ask Allah to protect you. That's how we move on. If there's any question, now we open for Q&A. Fatafaddal. Any question from the brothers, sisters? Na'am.
Assalamualaikum, Sheikh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah.
Yeah, I have, if somebody borrows you money without black and white, I mean, between
Without
the
black and white, no.
Okay, and this guy went missing for a while without, paying or whatever. And then what should we do? Shall we say khalas, or if we want to say forgive him for that matter, or?
You can remind, it's good to remind first. Why you have to remind? So that he don't pretend that, oh, I forgot, I'm sorry. I remind you already. So that in the next time they do this thing to other people, you don't keep on pretend that nothing happened. I have to remind you, brother. Oh, no, you have all the message online now. Brother, if there is a paper that is written already, you just snap and then send it as a reminder, humble reminder. And see how he responds. You see? No, it's good. People need to remember. That's why Allah said, وَذَكِّرْ فَإِنَّا ذِكْرَةً فَعَلُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Remind each other for the sake of Allah. It brings a lot of benefit. So people don't take things for granted. Number one. But if it's a small amount, 20 ringgit, or even said, now we have, alhamdulillah, extra 200, what is that? Then you see then, whatever that you borrow, sadaqah. You have to alert them. Why? Because so that they remember, they learn. If not, they take things for granted. Yeah, we have to do that. But in the future, anything that have some value, yeah, I think the 4 digit you write down lah. Yeah, 2 digit apa? Sedekah. Yeah. 3 digit kadang-kadang you feel okay, but 4, yeah, digit you must put in written. Better. So that there's no argument. The letter. Even that if they want to argue, it's up to you. You still don't want to believe that you borrowed from me. This amount is your signature. Your IC number is there. You still do not want to accept. Tak parah. There's a word in English, and once bitten, twice shy. Okay lah. Next time, you don't come to me and ask for any kind of this financial help. If you say, oh, I have no more rice at home, okay, I'll buy 10 kilo of rice and send it to you. No problem. You can still help the person, but no more this extra money. Easy, huh? Make it easy. If he can forget so easily, so we have to remind him, nothing wrong. Islamically, nothing wrong. It's a good reminder. You know, even husband and wife. If your wife say, I get some money, lend me some money from the husband should not lend money, give to the wife. You see? That's why, you know, if the husband is very poor, the wife can give, you know, her zakat to the husband. If confirmed the husband is very poor, he worked very hard, but he's still poor. But husband cannot give zakat to the wife because it's the responsibility of the husband to give to the wife, but it's not the responsibility of the wife. There's a difference in that. Naam. Next question. Now, Pastor.
Yeah, Sheikh. I've heard people say that is it more important to accept a wedding invitation than to attend a funeral. Is this correct?
It's more important, is that the question?
Yes.
To attend an invitation, wedding invitation example, than a funeral. I do not know why they say that. If you are talking about an invitation because everything is being paid. If you say you are coming, especially the hotel, they go by head. So once you agreed to come, then you must make sure there's no wastage. Because they have paid maybe per head 200 ringgit money involved. But when it comes to funeral, the different funeral don't wait for invitation. When somebody die, you say, nobody invite me. No. Why you know? You don't have to wait for invitation for funeral. When you know that soon, it's your duty first to make dua. Say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And then, Allahumma qfillahu or Allahumma qfillah. Example. That's what the Prophet wants us to do. But then the Prophet, whoever can participate in the prayer, you got 1 qirat. The reward of 1 Mount Uhud in Medina. And if the man can accompany the funeral until the graveyard, you got 2 qirat. Yeah? But there's no hadith clearly said that it's a must for you to be there. Even the prayer, if you are not there, you can still pray. Yeah, but for the invitation for wedding, because a lot of things involved with money and everything, so you must respond. Iza da'aka fa'ajibhu, the Prophet said. You should respond. If not, you just have to tell them earlier. That's why they ask for, respond quick so that they can confirm. Then you can just say, I'm not sure, I'll let you know in 2 weeks' time. But funeral, they don't wait for any They don't plan. Nobody plan for funeral. Marriage, people have to plan 1 month ago. But death, so death is something that if close family, highly recommended. Yeah. But if there's nobody around, you are there, then is fardu ain for you to be there. It can be fardu ain, it can be fardu kifaya. Means it's compulsory on every individual. When some Muslim pass away, no other Muslim around, then the one who is there must be there to fulfill the responsibility that safeguard all the other Muslims. Fardu kifaya is like that. One person attend to it, the rest, do not commit sin. If nobody attend to it, and there's Muslim around, all the Muslim around that area commit a sin. That is for funeral. So for relative, I think I highly recommend you excuse yourself, or you can replace with somebody. Yeah, I have a friend. My friend will, at least there's no wastage. Huh? Yeah. To say that there's hadith to say that funeral is more important than the wedding invitation, there's no hadith on that I can remember. The only thing is you look at that is a family issue, of course. It's not right for you to just be happy by yourself and you know the family is going through a hard time. Yeah? And people will understand if you have a good reason. That is the answer, inshallah. Yeah? You got online question? Okay. Put online.
Assalamualaikum, Sheikh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I was taught to say this zikir when about to be angry. Rabbi firli warhamni wa tub alayya. Is there any basis for this zikir in Sunnah Rasulullah, or should I just stick to Astaghfirullah and La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah?
I would recommend all the sister or brothers asking you go through the Fortress of Islam. You can check if there is something that the Prophet recommend us. You just follow that, inshallah. Yeah. But the minimum you say istighfar, because you know we all have mistake, and sometimes because our mistake make somebody get angry with us. Yeah, so it's good to start with istighfar. Yeah, but if there's other hadith to show you that the Prophet recommend also to recite other than that, do it. Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah. Now, any question from the sisters? No question from sisters. Back to the brothers. Any question from the brothers? No more question from the brothers too. Yeah. Can somebody read the meaning of the hadith I shared with you about 4 times lillah, lillah, lillah? Because the Prophet is guiding us. If you have these 4, everything ends with lillah, for the sake of Allah. فَقَدْ اسْتَكْمَلَ الْإِيمَانِ. Then the Prophet confirmed you have a sound iman. Your iman is complete. فَقَدْ اسْتَكْمَلَ means Allah, the Prophet confirmed you have a complete iman. Iman must be guided with these 4 feelings. Love for the sake of Allah, hate for the sake of Allah, like to give for the sake of Allah. You don't give support, you don't support for the sake of Allah. Because the iman is sound. Yeah. Remember that, please, so that you can share with your friend. Yeah. If a person says, how can I strengthen my iman? How can I check my iman? You go through this hadith. When you love something, do you love for the sake of Allah? When you say love for the sake of Allah, your love must be guided, you know. Your love must be guided with Allah's guidance and the way the Prophet has shown us how to love a person. You love to be honored, you honor other people. You love to be respect other people. You love people to talk good to you, you talk good about others. You know, you love this food, also you share with others, give them food that you love, or give them the food that they love. And that's how you develop. Yeah? That's why the Prophet said, no one can have a perfect iman when you don't love your brother or your sister what you love for yourself. لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. And the last thing that the Prophet mentioned about love is so powerful. He said, no one of you لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى هواه تبعا لما جئت به. Meaning the Prophet said, none of you can be a true believer until you control your desire, your feeling to love what I want you to do. About the word love. And lastly, the Prophet even said, لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى أحب إلي من والده ووالده والناس أجمعين. And this one, the Prophet tests Omar. Omar failed in the beginning. Then the Prophet respond, now you have the right iman. Because the Prophet said, none of you can have a right iman, a good iman, strong iman, if you don't love me more than your parent, more than anyone else, more than your own children. لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى أحب إليه من والده ووالده. If you love your parent more than me, you love your children more than me, and you love people more than me, you don't have the right iman. Because the Prophet loved us so much. He gone through all the suffering because of us to make sure that we are safe, protected, guided, and we have a good ending. And he always pray for us. Even he don't see us, he have been praying to Allah. So that Allah will give him the right to intercede for us in the day of judgment. Can you imagine? That's why he said, Kullu ummati yadkhulu jannah. He don't see us. He said, all my ummat will go to paradise. This is how the Prophet addresses people. Then Omar said to the Prophet, I love you, Ya Rasulullah, more than my parent, more than my children, more than all the friends. The only thing I have is, I love me more sometimes. I still love me more. Then the Prophet said that to the Omar. Then Omar realized, no, I even love you more than myself. Then the Prophet, your iman okay now. Yeah. Our iman, we don't know yet. So may Allah bless us and guide us, inshallah. Yeah. Everything okay now? No more question? Today, alhamdulillah. No more extra question on the online? Okay. We end here, brothers and sisters. And don't forget our ongoing Saturday classes is open for everybody so that you all can participate a bit here and there. And also the Sunday class on the etiquette in Islam. Yeah, and this is very important, how to develop the right feeling, the right character, adapt. Yeah, when we are dealing with ourselves, dealing with parents, dealing with sibling, and so on. Yeah, all this beautiful adab is good to learn, relearn, so that we can become better, inshallah. Yeah. Please be alert about the changes in our children's character, behavior. If they're changing, you alert that they are having some issue, please address that matter, talk to them. Let them talk to you too, so that you can understand them better and help them to move forward. Yeah. So may Allah guide us, may Allah help us. Wabillahi tawfiqi wa aqli da'wana. And alhamdulillah alamin. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.